What's happening, fam? L.A.R movement still moving. Book is entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father at Amazon, Kindle, and Create Space. A link will be in the description box below, as usual. So, this video is entitled People Considered for the Sunken Place, or sunken place blacks, or blacks considered to be in the sunken place, whatever. So, because it's a term now, I'm using it. So let's just get right into it. We got political people considered, black people considered to be in the sunken place. You know, the most obvious that most people will say is black conservatives. Yeah, say black conservatives are looked at with a side eye because they're considered to be in the sunken place, right? You know, the kumbaya, or it's not racism type of ideology. And with all of their lessons over and over again that it is that, and that's why they're looked at with a side eye and are considered to be in the sunken place, because a lot of black conservatives talk a lot about feeling and ideology and ideal circumstances, when in real life that's not how it plays out. So to be in that party and know how it plays out and to still look at feelings and ideology, you're gonna be looking at you're looked at as if you're in a sunken place. Second, liberals. Yeah. So, you know, a lot of liberals are in the sunken place. You know, and that was proven with the presidency of Barack Obama, because when you had the opportunity to push for change, you really did, because in some ways you were so, you know, as a liberals were so busy gloating and looking at a president walk across the grass that they never took advantage of the opportunity, and then turn around and complain that the circumstances haven't changed yet. You're just as in your feelings and drowning in ideology as the conservatives that you side eye. Just gotta be fair about that, you know. So you're considered to be in a sunken place too, because those policies haven't worked, and you keep pushing them and you keep going for them. You keep saying it's going to change. The definition of insanity is what? Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different results. So conservatives and liberals both do that. So that's why you're considered to be in a sunken place. Next, Christians. You know, overly religious folk. How about that? But I'm going to get to others, though. Christians considered to be in a sunken place. You know, because, you know, Christianity's God isn't made in your image, even though the original God is in your image. So that says a lot. And to follow the religion the way it has been perverted and with all its uses, it's not really a good look. You know, the same religion that helped enslave us, helped keep us in bondage, that helped keep us oppressed. You know, that is the second arm basically to capitalism is Christianity, and both have been oppressive to us in the first place and from day one. So to keep buying into that ideology, you looks like you're in a sunken place, and to keep looking for the pie in the sky for yourself and not thinking about people coming after you is a bit ridiculous when everybody else thinks about people that comes after them. And most of these other people don't even abide by the rules of Christianity, which they so-called follow. So when you follow it to a T and everybody just roll with it, look like you're in a sunken place. I'm not saying you have to go out there and do wrong. I'm just saying that that's how it looks. Second, the conscious community, maybe hoteps. y'all get that look like y'all in a sunken place too, because of your ideologies of how you gonna get out of the situation that we're in. You know, it's my melanin that's gonna do it. Melanin haven't done it in 500 years, so you just out of your mind right now. Just thinking the color of your skin is gonna change the circumstance. Like the sun is gonna come into you, it's gonna give you superpowers, and then we can fly away and all be free, right? The other thing is, a lot of this hoteps and conscious people say they want freedom and separation or equality and justice, but they kind of fight to keep it the way it is. And what I mean by that is, after the yelling and the march is over with, what are the groundwork things we do besides just reading books and telling us how great we were in the past? What are we doing in the present? You dig? And usually it's nothing. So to me, the community gets people with the side eye like you're in a sunken place. Like, it is what it is. Who else is in a sunken place? Or is looked at, considered to be in a sunken place? The talented 10th. Because our community looks at them like, man, y'all have all these talents, all these resources, and yet you don't use them to uplift more people. Can't save everybody, but save somebody that you're not friends with. And the other reason is because when it comes to picking other brothers up and picking other sisters up, what the talented 10th does most times is they look for for people in every other race and their own, when other people don't do that with us. So it looks like you're making other groups better while making your own worse. So you get the side eye, like you kind of working for them or the man or whatever, right? So it makes they give you consideration for living in a sunken place. Next, the criminal 10th. Because you're not doing anything to help the community. All you're doing is destroying it. And then you're complaining about, oh, the system's set up against me. Oh, I'm getting these life charges. Oh, this is wrong. This is unfair. And it's a bad day when criminals cry about life being fair. And everybody else is working for the man, when at the same time who these criminals working for? The same guy, same person that sold you the drugs and the guns in your community is the same person that's gonna lock you up for the drugs and the guns in your community, and you know it because you do business with them. You know who they are. So to say that you're not in a sunken place, and all of a sudden, for some odd reason, you're different because you're trying to buck the system is really ridiculous. Who else is in a sunken place? Swirlers. Sunken place. They ignore everything that happens in a negative sense that happens with non-black men and black women. They're willing to take any kind of abuse, any kind of disrespect. They're willing to put their families on the line, their lives on the line, just to date who they want to date. And in all honesty, the people that they're chasing don't want them. And that's kind of what's sad about it, is that they're chasing a group of people that don't want them whatsoever. And it's like the epitome of thirst, So that's why people are looked at like you're in a sunken place. And if you want to see, when I say swirlers, women and men, Women came up with the thing, so I'm gonna say women first. But same thing. If you think somebody else is gonna make your life a whole lot better because they're different, and you ignore, all of their ills and their cons, then you're gonna be looked at as if you're in a sunken place too. Um, I know. I'm done. We out.